I'm back. Rhodes for the Matrixx and Rhodes show. Let's talk about DC Comics because there's some real changes going on over there. And I saw this. Hats off to Ethan Van Sciver, the OG around these parts, because he brought this up in a video. And then I also found an article on geeksandgamers.com. So we'll look at that. This has to do with, by the way, all the changes that are going to affect CNN. They've cut shows like Samantha Bee, an ultra radical left progressive show that was on TBS, canceled, out of there. Well, this is part of that. Okay, this new CEO at Warner Media, that's part of the Discovery acquisition and everything, he is not playing when it comes to kowtowing down to the diversity. It makes me wonder, is there hope for DC Comics all of a sudden? It makes me wonder, could the Snyderverse be coming back? You know, I'm just throwing that out there because it's interesting. Ben Affleck all of a sudden is boom, back in the Flash movie or the Aquaman movie or one of these movies. And now we're finding out the whole thing with Michael Keaton, who was supposed to be in multiple movies. Michael Keaton's getting cut out, except in that Flash movie. So let's take a look at this, and we'll get some background before I get to the potential delays. Yeah, Batgirl, done, out of there. We know that got canceled. But there's some real delays coming. Well, you know what? Let's just look at those delays first. A feature article in the THR article going into HBO Max's Batgirl being shelved by Warner Brothers Discovery has offered some new information about what happened and how some of those DC films could be affected. First, the report shoots down talk of disastrous test screenings. According to their sources, only a very early version of the film with tempered special effects and score was screened, and it was only once. Said the screening landed a score in the low 60s, a score comparable to the early test screenings of the first It movie and to the early test for the upcoming Shazam Fury of the Gods. That's not real promising. That's not real good. The film's cancellation also reportedly diminishes the role of Michael Keaton in the DC universe going forward. The actor's return to the Bruce Wayne role was being positioned as an elder statesman who could pop up in multiple films and is said to have centered around a splashy action sequence in Batgirl. Well, you can count that out. The report indicates Keaton also filmed a scene for Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, which test audiences found confusing. Last week, it was revealed, there it is, Ben Affleck was filming a scene for the film as Bruce Wayne. Now, I don't know if you guys saw the Shazam trailer coming out of Comic-Con, but look, Jason Mamoa, Gal Gadot, and Ben Affleck, their characters as Batman, Aquaman, and Wonder Woman were all in that trailer from the Snyderverse, okay? I'm just throwing that out there. Suggesting Keaton has been replaced by Affleck's version of the character. Such a move seemingly leaves only Keaton's key role in Ezra Miller's led The Flash to have survived. That film is currently slated for June 2023, but talk is swirling around that Warner's is considering moving the release of both Shazam Fury of the Gods and that's this year, December 21st, and Aquaman Lost Kingdom, currently March 17th, 2023. So they're thinking about moving those two films right now. Okay? And this is tied in. Warner Discovery not bowing to diversity demands. This is very interesting. Evidently, the social justice warriors can't stand this David Zaslav guy that is the CEO in charge of Warner Discovery. This is geeksandgamers.com. That Batgirl's news is making a bunch of angry activists polish their I told you so lectures. A few days ago, Bloomberg ran a story about Warner Brothers Discovery and its hiring practices under CEO David Zaslav. Specifically, they're hiring too many white men. Oh my God, the outrage. Zaslav apparently has a history of hiring a lot of white men. Oh my God, the outrage. So much so that Senator Elizabeth Warren and Congressman Joaquin Castro led a team of legislators that sent what I'm sure was a strongly worded letter to the Justice Department, quote, outlining concerns about the merger, including warnings about, oh my God, representation at the company and on screen. Are you kidding me? You guys wasted taxpayers' money, you two, sending a letter about too many white men being involved. You cocksuckers. That elected representatives had time to do this is both frightening and unsurprising. Okay, so geeksandgamers.com rightfully called them out. But the point is that the diversity watchdogs have been on Zaslav's scent for some time, and they're not happy about him running Warner Brothers Discovery based on merit. So this guy's coming in and saying, I'm hiring the best people for the job, regardless of race and or their gender, which is the way, it's supposed to be if you want to run a profitable company. That appears to be exactly what Zaslav is doing, as he has fired a bunch of Warner Brothers people, once took over, among them women and minorities. He's cleaning house and he don't give a shit what your gender or race is. The biggest, Ann Sarnoff, oh yeah, I know who he's talking about, the first woman CEO of Warner Brothers. But he also got rid of people in charge of the company's finances and communications, replacing them with, quote, oh my God, white men from Discovery. Of course, anyone who understands how business works can tell you this is normal. That's right. I've been a part of, when I worked corporate, I was a part of a merger. It's painful and ugly. When a company is brought out, the incoming bosses get rid of most of the holdovers and bring in their own guys. That's right. I've done it. But depending on racial and gender makeup, that simply won't stand today, regardless of the fact that Warner Brothers was such a mess that it needed to be sold in the first place. Zaslav's methodology has told to, quote, friends in Hollywood is to hire, oh my God, the best people for the job. And that gender and racial diversity, while a factor, would not be his top priority. A spokesperson from Warner Brothers Discovery told Bloomberg that they are, quote, committed to diversity and will build on programs already in place, but declined to speak further about hiring practices. These mentions of diversity sound to me like they're meant to placate, I was just about to say that, annoying people who won't leave Zaslav and Warner's Discovery alone. People like Cindy Benavides, CEO of the League of United Latin American Citizens, who is trying to convince Zaslav and his team to hire more Latinos to Warner Brothers Discovery's board. Another seemingly publicity move is Zaslav finally hiring a replacement for Christy Hallbegger, the now departed Chief Inclusion Officer, whose position had gone unfilled for months, indicating it's not a priority. So, put another way, Zaslav is making business decisions based on what's best for the company's profits instead of what will look good people to who don't care if Warner Brothers Discovery goes under in less than a year. That's good, and it's likely this will be replicated in creative aspects of the company as well. Batgirl is being abandoned, something many movie studios would be afraid to do with a diverse lead. They tokenized Batgirl, in case you don't know. Could The Flash be next? Ezra Miller is, to put it nicely, a train wreck of a human being, but the diversity mafia champions because he's non-binary and uses plural pronouns. But I get the impression Zaslav and his team won't care about that. That's not to say that The Flash will definitely be discarded. It cost a lot more than Batgirl, so there's more to lose by shelving it. But it will be a business decision, not a socio-political one, which is the way it should be. So far, it looks like Zaslav is turning out to be what a lot of people prognosticated that Disney's Bob Chapek would have been. It's impossible to know if it will lead to better movies, though it probably can probably guess. But given the current business climate, it will be fascinating to see how it plays out, and if Zaslav turns Warner Discovery into a success, whether other companies will follow suit. So, basically, in other words, he's hiring the best people for jobs, regardless of their race and or gender. He doesn't care. He wants the best person in positions. So much so, as in, I'm hiring white guys. Oh my God. It's the end of the world. White guys are coming in. Which you just don't see in Hollywood too much. But he thinks they're the best people for the job. Doesn't mean they are. But he thinks he's hiring the most qualified people. And these guys just, I guess, happen to be white. I don't know. But so much so, he's under investigation by a couple of nutbag Democrats. I can tell you right now, Elizabeth Warren, loony. I mean, absolutely loony, out of her mind. One of the woke progressives that lost her mind when Roe versus Wade got overturned. Wow. Look, I don't know what's going on here, but you got Aquaman and Shazam looking to possibly be delayed. You got Batgirl that's got axed. You got Ben Affleck coming back for Aquaman and looking like Michael Keaton's getting cut out of Aquaman. Something's going on here, all right? I'm not trying to come on here and say, oh my God, the Snyderverse is coming back. I don't know that, because Henry Cavill didn't show up at Comic-Con, even though it was put out there by Deadline that he was going to, which is crazy because look, when Deadline says something like that, you can pretty much think it's going to happen. I don't know if something happened at the last minute or what in that Henry Cavill thing. And you got The Rock that's made comments to insinuate very heavily that, yeah, he's coming back in Black Adam, and maybe they are looking at this, and maybe he is thinking, look, we can combine this Shazam, Black Adam, Justice Society of America with the Snyderverse and integrate it all in, and maybe the fans will get, some modified form of something that might please everybody. Who knows? Maybe they bring Zack Snyder back to lead DC Comics, the studio side. Wouldn't that be nice? I think he could do it. But I find this interesting that people are now, rumblings are coming out, because I can tell you right now, he told CNN, whose profits are plummeting, he told them a while back, you've got to straighten out completely how you cover politics. You're going to have to be more middle of the road, to the point that Don Lemon came out on a show and took a shot at the guy. I mean, those hosts over on CNN are not happy with what's going on right now, but it doesn't matter. They were $250 million below target on profit. And this guy is a profit at all cost guy. Supposed to be in business, by the way. Supposed to be. That's the way it is supposed to be. Give the fans what they want and make as much money as possible for your business. That's the way it is supposed to be. So, tell me what you think. This is wild. A lot of moving parts. A lot of things shuffling around. Where is this going to lead DC Comics? Very interesting. I'm very, very interested to see what is about to happen. You notice you have not heard anything more about J.J. Abrams and tokenized Black Superman? You notice how that disappeared? I find that interesting too. Tell me what you think. Matrixx and Roadshow fans, longer video, much longer video, but very interesting indeed. Peace, I'm out. Till next time. Black and White Network supporters, make sure you check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. Link in the description. Use promo code USA First, all one word. USA First, all one word. 25% off now.